Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And it's such an honor to be able to be here with you guys and guide you through our everyday life and really allow you guys to step into your full potential. And if you're catching the replay, go ahead and say hashtag replay so that we can interact with you. But today I have Sabin Karma with me. He is with the Inside Out Institute and he is pursuing his career of becoming either a coach or an energy practitioner. So thank you for joining us, Sabin. And we're really here to just bring you guys value. It's almost the end of the year and there's still so much to do. So I don't know if you guys are like me and really feeling like there's this pressure of like, did I really use this year well? And because of COVID and everything, it got a lot of us off track of our goals. And I don't know, maybe Sabin, you're feeling that way too, of like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? How do I overcome these mental head game that I'm going through and really step into my power? So Sabin, it's a pleasure. So let's just go ahead and like jump right into it and help these people who's, struggling. So if you're out there and you're currently in this thought process of, can I really do it right now? I don't have time. I don't have time to take care of myself. I'll just do it next year. I'll work out next year. Maybe this is resonating with you. But our mindset is now, no, it's today. You don't want to wait till tomorrow. You don't want to wait till next month. You don't want to make a year, because what happens is we end up never actually taking action. So Sabin, do you want to talk a little bit on that, of what you personally do when it comes to your goals and how you actually start to show up for yourself?
Yeah, first of all, I love what you said. I would add to that and say that, January 1st is the new year. It's not the new year for everybody, though. So we have to realize, and this is going to get a little bit spiritual or philosophical, that we've created this thing to measure time. And so if you're literally going to delay your happiness or your goal setting until some arbitrary number that we've created as humans, you're using an artificial metric to do something real. And just like, there's such a problem with that, because if we realize the January 1st thing anyways, why don't we just, in our minds, I can pretend like it's January 1st right now. It's December 1st. What is actually different? This is how I think of it. Like, what is actually different about December 1st? It's a new month. It's a new beginning, just like a new year is, just like a new day is. And so really trying to do everything you can to ground yourself in the now and what you really can be doing in this moment. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. Because I know I've been a victim of this for so long. When you delay your happiness for a future date, if you can't find every reason to be happy right here, right now, no matter what situation you are in, if you can find some sense of gratitude now, there's no magical arbitrary thing that's magically going to get you motivated, that's magically going to get you started. That's why they always say action precedes motivation. It's not motivation before action. And so I really try to do everything in my power to ground myself in the present. I do it to crazy extremes. Like, I'm literally try to get the most joy out of car rides that I can, because that is literally like a means to an end inherently. And so I try, if I can be present there in those in-between moments, instead of just delaying where I want until I get to my destination, I know I'll be able to be more present and more able to be like, everything I want, I have to create right in this second, in this moment. So that's kind of the mindset I take at it.
Yeah, I love that, because if we don't allow ourselves to be present, even with ourselves, it creates this idea that we're not worthy of showing up for ourselves or stepping into our full potential, whatever that looks like for you. And it's just the simple things, which is usually the hardest. And so that is going to be one of the things that you guys can take away from this is, am I truly being present with myself? Is my goals that I'm trying to reach, is that a reality for me? Or is that something that there's obstacles in the way? And that's kind of how I want to segue the next piece is, okay, what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish right now? And if, let's just say you want to go to the gym, you want to start working out, Well, do you know what the obstacles that you're going to face when you're trying to actually pursue and take action? And this was something my coach Todd Cahill told me was once you write your goal down, write down all of the possibilities of the obstacles you might face in that challenge, and then write how you're going to actually overcome them.
Love
And that was
that.
one of the biggest takeaways I had was, oh yeah, I need to realize like there is going to be obstacles that are going to prevent me from going to the gym, writing my book, just different
Yeah.
things that I wanted to accomplish. And then knowing how to overcome those things, maybe it just means I need to sit back for a second and relax, or maybe it means I need to go around that obstacle. Maybe I'm too stressed out. There's just so many things that everyone's facing right now.
Yeah.
So everyone who's watching, go write your goals down. And then go write what you're going to face, what the obstacles might be that are going to prolong you from actually taking action. Because now you have a plan in place that will help you. So then we need to dig deep into the more of the energy perspective. What do you think? I think we need to talk about that.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm waiting for my voice not to echo. Hold on. Is my voice echoing? No, okay, I don't hear it. I was just going to add something to the point you said about, you were making a point about, setting goals and the obstacles that could come up. And I think that's great. I'm literally going to write notes and do that right after this. My only question is, I think then one further step we have to take it is, despite what we write is going to come up, like you said, like let's say you're trying to, get in better shape and stuff, and you often realize that that's an emotional or energetic issue. But what can people do? And I can offer some insight on this. They can try and predict everything they can that's going to come up, but there's also going to be things that they can't predict no matter how hard they try. And so I personally think that, again, being able to ground yourself in the present fully is really changing your relationship with change itself and with obstacles themselves and things we view as challenges. And so I don't know, it takes a really deep introspective kind of person to do that. But we really have to see change as a good thing. That sounds so obvious, but our minds are going to go crazy when change happens, because it wants that state of homeostasis. It wants predictability and familiarity. And I know me, because I'm an ultra planner. So when you said write the obstacles, okay, I'll write them all. If I have all these systems in place, like I put I have a 90-day goal of taking my relationships to a 9 out of 10, my health to a 9 out of 10, and my finances. And, there's been a couple weeks since I did that, and, already things I couldn't even predict that have come up. And really having to sit and surrender to that moment, knowing, and I think faith comes into play here too, knowing that if I set that intention, that North Star, and I'm taking daily action, even if it looks like I'm off my path momentarily, I have to have faith that I'm still on my path. And I have to realize what the message I'm being sent, and then be willing to adjust accordingly, keeping that same North Star in mind.
Yeah, I think that's important because, I got COVID, and it totally threw off my entire game plan. And it was that moment of what can I control and what can I not control? And the more I try to control something, the more stressed I am, the more agitated I am. And it wasn't until I said, you know what, I'm surrendering, and my goals are going to happen anyway. Because I am still in the mindset of I do really want to accomplish these things. So when this is over, I'm still going to continue. I'm still continuing. And so I think everyone is going to face something challenging, whether it be getting sick, someone passing away, or it's just something, stress in life. But it's kind of just allowing to know that whatever happens, you want this accomplishment, allow that to be stronger for the reason why you end up pushing through it. And so the North Star, right? Your goal is the North Star. That action steps to it is going to help you no matter what you're going through. But also, I say be in that moment of those things. Don't try to just think about your action and your goal the entire time, because that will end up stressing you out. It stressed me out.
It's a delicate balance.
Tried to push through that. Yeah, you need that balance.
How do you set that intention in that North Star, but then remain non-attached? And by non-attached, I mean you're not putting your happiness contingent upon whether you hit that goal or not. It's something I struggle with a ton. And I think for me, writing it down is so powerful, and knowing the daily action steps I have to take. And I'm not saying forget it, but in some sense, I was so on the other extreme that I was so hyper-focused on that future goal, I wasn't present. That's when you're going to miss the moments where the things you couldn't predict might happen that will take you to that goal faster. If you're so rigid on what I have to do, it's super important. You need the daily action steps. But I used to, and I still sometimes do this, I schedule like every minute of my day. If I want to get to my goal, every minute of my day is going to be scheduled. I now see how problematic that is. So for anyone who's type A like me, maybe you're not as extreme as me, most people aren't. I highly recommend the presence that Jacquelyn's talking about is gives you that insight into the things that can get you there quicker than you could have even known or predicted beforehand.
Yeah. And so now it's that energy behind it. So let's talk, you guys. With your goals, what is stopping you energetically? And when I say that, is it a thought? Is it an emotion? Is there fear behind accomplishing it? And let's just take you through this exercise. And this is what I do for myself. This is how I help my clients is, okay, let's just say your goal is to stay off your phone.
Great
more,
goal.
Whatever it is. Write down that goal and then allow yourself to look at it, sit with it, and then ask yourself, what emotion do I feel when I accomplish this? And so we go in that positive. Okay, I'm more relaxed, I'm more present, I'm happier. And then go into the negative state. Okay, what do I feel when I remove myself from this thing? And you might feel lonely, sad, or just depression. These are real things. And so when you're allowing yourself to recognize these emotions, maybe it's losing weight, maybe it's about feeling insecure, vulnerable, having that negative thought process of like, I'm not healthy or fat or whatever it's going through. Write those statements down. And a thing I like to do is I just say, all right, you're going to look at that. You're like, tell yourself it's not serving me. Then you take a deep breath and you let it go. And how you do that is just through breathing, or you can even envision light flowing from the top of your head to your feet to really connect in with that. Because that's going to be the one thing that is going to prevent you, even on that energetic level, of why you're not taking action in the first place. So we can do all these like mental strategies, but when it comes down to really actually taking action, it is that emotional piece that comes in that says, nope, you're not worthy of it. You don't deserve success, happiness, love, health. So kind of write down your goals today. It is December 1st. So take action today. Just doing one thing at a time is going to serve you well. It's going to help you push through. And don't let those thoughts come in that say, nope, you can't do this. Because that means that is what you're supposed to be doing. And I always see that when you start having that mental chatter, that means that is the action you're supposed to be taking in your life that will help you truly step into your full potential. So what do you do on more of the emotional side of things that help you really allow yourself to take that action step?
Yeah, that's a great question. So couple of things. Obviously, you know that I have I do a lot of my own emotion and body code sessions on myself, and I have 2 healers that work on me. And one of my big goals has been financial. Before I came into Inside Out Institute, my mindset around finances was the spirit of poverty mentality. Money was not treated well in my household. I always wanted more money for hockey lessons and could never get it. And I was going into my senior year of college, so I had this like, I'm a broke college student with no money, help me mentality. And I really wanted to, start changing that and making a lot of money through Inside Out. And I knew if I had those beliefs and those energies tied to them, it was never going to happen. And so I'm in a rigorous process of really, I like to start on the subconscious level, probably because I've always been a person of action. I've always worked like really, really hard, and it didn't always get me as far as I wanted to. And so I do specific, body and emotion code sessions on, whether my subconscious feels safe with financial abundance. I got a fat no right away. And then the next thing is like, what's an affirmation I want to start believing more and start telling myself and energetically align with? The next one, what's the goal? I want to make $30,000 a month as a leadership coach at Inside Out Institute within the next year, something like that. And then I'm doing, meditations that are centered around financial abundance. I'm doing this meditative practice called spiritual shape shifting, where you take the energy of, let's say, my spiritual life that's at a very high frequency, and I shift it over. And so it's all these subconscious, really deep energetic practices, and then I mix it with visualization and affirmation. So I'm really hitting that kind of spiritual level, the emotional level, and the mental level, which I think really encapsulates the whole subconscious area, because that's so it's so neglected. And then I really like am planning on doing that for 45 days on that energetic level only. Only starting in the new year am I gonna, I'll read some financial books, and I'll go, taste the lifestyle that I want and stuff, and get that environmental kind of exposure to that. But I think it all starts inside of you, and it all starts on that subconscious level. So that's like an extreme example of what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. And I think that's really important. And we don't talk about that enough, that we're more in that world, and that world of just, take action, take action, take action, where we forget that, one, I like how you're like, am I energetically aligned with this? Wow, what happens if you're not energetically aligned, right? Well, we don't think about it. We don't think about that. And what happens is we end up self-sabotaging ourselves. We invite energy to come in and prevent us from it. And so I just like that you're saying, like, I have to be in alignment. Well, yes, you do. You have to be in alignment on, am I worthy? Am I safe of this? And if you're watching, just honestly, like, just ask yourself, in that higher state of mind, maybe even a meditation, do I feel safe having these things? And it's going to be like an entire body rejection or a positive, like, yes, I do. And maybe learn a muscle testing. There's so many videos on YouTube on how to muscle test yourself. So I definitely recommend checking that out if you want to learn that. But really allow yourself to feel worthy and step into that alignment and feel what it looks like, how it feels to have that, to achieve that. So I like that meditation space of, okay, what does it look like when I have this goal? How do I feel when I have accomplished this? And then what am I doing now once I've received it? Because now you're pushing yourself into this manifestation space where now you're attracting it. And there shouldn't be this resistance. So I love that. I think that's really important, especially as you're trying to show up for yourself every single day and take action. And so I hope you guys who are watching are taking really good notes on this, and that you're applying it into your life. And the last thing I just want to leave you guys with is, if you are struggling with reaching your goals, you have a goal in mind. Maybe it's financial, maybe it's about your relationship, spirituality, or even just battling with depression, or the skeletons of what COVID left you with.
Definitely.
Well, my thing is, you need to allow yourself to ask for help. And by asking for help and surrounding yourself by mentors who have been through the struggles and have gone through it. And I and Sabin have also been doing this. We have our coaches and we have practitioners that are working with us constantly. And it's been such a blessing.
Yes.
And I know you have so much still ahead of you, but it's such a blessing to be surrounded by people that are like-minded, wanting the same thing, but who have been there and further. And I just love that we're the youngest in the Inside Out Institute.
The two youngest.
Sabin's 23. I'll be 23 in a week and a half. And so
goodness.
Just knowing we still have a future ahead of us, and it doesn't matter what age you are at when you're accomplishing your goals. It's just it matters when you start. And so if you guys want to get a free coaching call with me, I put the link in the description to have a free coaching call and see how we at the Inside Out Institute can help you accomplish your goals and even help you get healing on the subconscious and conscious side. So Sabin, is there anything else you want to leave with our viewers today?
Yeah, I wanted to add one thing to what you said. No, the echoes again. Okay, it's gone. I wanted to add one thing to you said about, not feeling like you have to take this on all yourself. One thing I really only learned recently is that relationships are actually the doorway to all your dreams. They really are. And so one of the best things you can do right after you set your goals, you set your goal. I like to set, what's my goal in life? Let's say you have this massive transformative purpose, and I have one. It's all about raising human consciousness and stuff. It's very broad. It's very bold. I know I can't do it alone, but the very next thing I do is set sub goals. So goals through the end of the year, goals through the month. But after that, the next thing I do, everything Jacquelyn said, definitely do. But even if you add this, you're not alone. Who can you target that can put you in alignment to achieve that goal faster? Now you're thinking about who, not just what the goal is, but who can help you achieve that goal, and make and formulate a system to reach out to people. Let's see, how well do I know these people? How important is this person to my success? How much can they help me? How can I help them if I want them to help me first, and offer a package of generosity? And how can I really build intimacy so I can deepen those relationships? And making a strategic plan on not just the what for your goal, but the who will take you there even faster. It's incredible.
Yeah. So don't forget, ask for help. Surround yourself by people who are educated in what you're trying to accomplish. And that's probably been my biggest takeaway in the past years, just surrounding myself people who've been there, who've done it, and not feeling afraid to ask them, what have you done, and how did you get there? How did you overcome these obstacles of depression, not having a lot of abundance in your life? And by asking those questions, it has even helped me in my own success. So I'm excited for all of you who are watching. Really take advantage of the coaching call. That's in the link below. And if you are interested in the Inside Out Institute and what we can do for you, feel free to contact me or Sabin. We can help you get started. And it's been a pleasure. Comment below what you took away from this video, and make sure to share this with people that you know who are struggling and needing help and guidance in their life today. So thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you so much, Jacquelyn.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.